So we want some unbleached all-purpose flour. So in this bowl I have about 3 cups. This focaccia dough could take anywhere from 3 to 3.5 cups. I might need more water. It just depends on the flour that you used and the manipulation of it by you, by handling it. So if we need to add more water, we'll add more water. If we have to add more flour, we'll add more flour. So now you see what's happening here in the yeast. You see how it's getting foamy, bubbly? So I know that that's ready to go. So we can use that, so that's good. So with this, I want to add some salt. So about a teaspoon or so of salt in a bowl. You could do this also in a food processor if you wanted to do it in a food processor. We're going to do it by hand. So we're going to put in the yeasted water and start mixing that. And I know already that I'm going to need more flour. So I mix that around until I have something that's, you know, a slack dough, see? Like this. And to flavor this a little bit, I give it occasionally a little drip of olive oil. So a little olive oil goes in. And now I'm going to start adding more flour, just until I have this where I want it. And then we're going to have to let this dough rise until it's almost doubled in size, of course. And this is actually, people ask me, well, what is your favorite thing to do in the kitchen? And I really love to make dough. I've been making dough for many years, bread dough, pasta dough, pastry doughs, and I really enjoy that process. It's kind of a meditative process. It gets you in tune with the ingredients that you're working with because, of course, as we all know, water and flour making bread is the most basic of foods. I'm going to take this out of the bowl and work with it here on a board. I like to work on wood because I get a lot of grab. I lift it and turn it, and I see that it's sticky, so I just add flour a little bit at a time on the board. Okay? Putting it on the flour and just turning it. And when it isn't sticking to the board anymore, well, then I know that I've gone as far as I'm going to go. So you take your time with this, and eventually it will come together, see? Like so. So you want to knead it, I would say about 5 minutes. If you're using a food processor, of course, it's going to take less time. But basically, that's what you're looking for, a ball that pretty much is not sticking to your hands. And you've kneaded it, turning it clockwise now and then. You'll get into a rhythm, see? So that needs about 5 more minutes of kneading, but it's looking good. And what you want to do is I put it right back in the bowl that it came in the first place. I just take that ball, my bench knife, turn it over like that, see? Put a piece of paper over it, and let it rise. It's going to take about an hour and a half. If you make the dough the day before, 2 days before, 3 days before, you've done something that is called retarding the dough, which means you've put it in a cold environment, the refrigerator. And that slows down the development of the yeast. This is an overnight dough now. Now you see what's happened here. This dough is having a happy, happy time. So now we can deflate this dough. And I want you to see there's a lot of holes in this dough. So once I open this bag, I just turn it upside down, and it smells so yeasty, so yeasty. So there it is. And it's what I like to think of as a slack dough. It's light, it's fluffy. It doesn't have a lot of flour, but I have to knead it. And it is now very, very yeasty. So I'm going to put just a little flour down on the board, because now I'm not going to roll this dough. Nope. No, I'm going to form it right on a baking pan. Some olive oil on the paper. Okay? And spread that out. All right. Now I'm going to lift up this dough and put it right there. And now I can take the paper, put it here, and just spread this dough out, because a focaccia, as I say, is flat. And this will help you press out this dough. This is how I make pizza. I never use a rolling pin because I want all those air bubbles. I want all those air bubbles to stay. If you're rolling like this, you know, you're flattening out everything, all those air bubbles. This is much better, much better. And you see, as the dough relaxes, it's easy to spread. There are many, many toppings for focaccia. This one that we're doing is going to be flavored with garlic, extra virgin olive oil, and we just want to flavor the oil with it. We don't want to cook the garlic until it's brown. And here we have some rosemary needles. So they go in. You just want to flavor that oil with this mixture. If you don't know what rosemary is, this is it, see? And you can find it anywhere, and you just take it off the stem like that. So we're just going to let this seep. Once I have it soft in there, I'm just going to turn the heat off. And when that's cooled down, well, then we can spread it over our focaccia. So there, we've got plenty of Pecorino Romano cheese to top our focaccia. So I'm just going to put that in a bowl. We're not going to need all of this. And here's the beauty of the plastic wrap, see? No struggling with sticky hands to do this or that. Just comes right off. I should have stock in that company. Okay, so now we have our infused rosemary. I'm just going to take some of that, see? Pour it right on here. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It really is smelling great. So you just spread it around with a brush. You don't want to use too much oil, otherwise it's going to be too greasy. I'm going to give it a nice grinding of black pepper. Okay? Here goes the cheese over the top. Okay? Beautiful. I'm ready. With this, with a salad, a glass of wine, what's not to like?